Welcome to the show, Sports Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max, Light 365, iHeartRadio. We have one of the nicest up and coming all the way out of Memphis, who goes by the name of Fresco Trey. Fresco Trey, what's going on, man?
Man, just chilling, enjoying this weather out in California. Nothing too crazy, you know.
How you like LA being from
Huh?
Memphis? How do you like LA being from Memphis?
Um, I don't too much be in LA. I'm like Southern California. Southern, right? Yeah, I'm like more Southern California. So I really don't get the LA life too much as far as just like chilling. But when I'm working, I go there and I go to studios. I got a studio session tonight in LA, so it's cool working in LA. You get a lot of creative minds around. But I like to be in SoCal. It's cool out here. It's chill. Not too much going on.
A lot of important things going on in the world. I respect your T-shirt. You got a Dennis Rodman shirt on.
For sure, yes, sir. Shout out Culture Kings. They supplied me with the drip, man. Yes, sir.
One of the all-time greats, and we'll get into another great that you have a great relationship later in the interview, but I saw that you were very passionate before we get right into Heartbreak Diaries too about what occurred yesterday. And we know with the mass shooting that was going on, because I heard that your nephew, just reading on Twitter, actually graduated kindergarten, and you said that you couldn't celebrate it in the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a sensitive subject, bro. And with everything that's going on, people becoming numb to it. I just got the phone with a friend, and she was telling me, she was just like, it happens all the time, and that's kind of like the biggest. That's like the biggest thing to me, is like we're becoming numb to these type of situations, which isn't normal. You should be able to go to the grocery store. You should be able to go to school, especially as a freaking kindergarten or in elementary. You should be able to go to a supermarket, church. So it's crazy, and it's like I said, my nephew just graduated kindergarten yesterday, or the same day that the shooting happened. And it's just like, you think about that, and it's just like, bro, like, my nephew is like I'm super close to him. So it's like, I just think about it, like, bro, like, if that was him, like, I'd be, devastated. So my heart goes out to the families who lost their children. And it's just, I don't know. It's like, it's tough because, you can't, it's a lot of things that can happen to possibly make the situation better, but it's also not, and it's like, it's out of our control as, civil people. And I don't know, it's just tough, bro. It's tough. It's sensitive.
Difficult. Yeah. The senators really have to put everything aside and stop just, relying on getting paid by the NRA and start valuing people over guns, because that's the real issue. You could really, just like Steve Kerr said, you could really just be putting aside the differences, stop holding us all hostage here when 90% of the country, regardless of their political interests and background, want background checks.
Exactly.
Something's got to happen here.
Exactly. No, Kerr was speaking 100% facts, and that's why I reposted. I usually don't repost stuff like political stuff and stuff like that, religious stuff. I usually don't do that, but I felt that was really something that needed to be seen. So
yeah,
he's 100% right.
Scary situation. It's not normal, but man, it's hopefully things do get passed. But I want to get into your album here, Heartbreak Diaries, too, because I know the first one changed your life, because you went through a breakup at the time and you started rapping about some deep stuff. And then that's what started to get you more notice out there. Did you go through another heartbreak, or this was just an extension of what you did with the first one? Was there another heartbreak incident?
Nah, it wasn't another heartbreak. With Heartbreak Diaries 2, if you listen to the music, close, it's not really just about this. The first one was more like mostly about a girl with a heartbreak. The second one is kind of more just about a lot of different type of heartbreaks you can go through. It's like with a friend, with a coach, with a teacher, with anything, a girl too, So I just wanted to put all of those things in a diary, in a book, and put it out. And that's really what Heartbreak Diaries 2 is hitting on, just a different type of heartbreaks. So no, it wasn't another heartbreak. It was just me sharing my stories from past relationships with people other than just girls, my friends, people I love, people I trusted. So that's what that was, for sure.
That's what makes you unique out here, is that you're always yourself. You always say that in different interviews and just what you preach, and you can hear it comes across in your music and Heartbreak Diaries too. Just be yourself, because there's always someone trying to be like someone else out here, and you can tell that from your music. And I think that's why you've attracted people like Mike Boyd and Gary Vee. Gary Vee actually had you out to his office in LA, which I did my research about, and I think that's what attracts you to so many people in the industry, is that you are different.
Mm-hmm. it's like it's kind of like one of them things where being a creative, the stuff that goes crazy and that is super successful is always different. When you first see it, it's always like I never like clothing, for example. If you see some new stuff, you be like, I never wear that, or it's like that's weird. But then they keep pushing, they keep being themselves, and they keep reinventing, they keep doing that, and then all of a sudden it's like a household name. So that's how I just feel like with my creative aspect, everything is just always just be yourself, because nobody can be me to the T. I can't be you to the T. I can't be Gary Vee to the T. I can't, it's only one me. So it's just like if you yourself, it's like nobody can say that you being like nobody else. You know what I'm saying? If it's real, if it's raw, if it's emotional, if it's happy, if it's fun, if it's sad, whatever it is, if it's you and you believe it and you stamp it, then you're gonna win at the end of the day. Even if you don't be as big as whoever you look up to, if you be yourself and you treat yourself, you still win.
Yeah.
You still win, and I believe that 100%.
It's the individuality factor, and you've always had it. Even at the age of 2, you won a talent contest with your cousin, and you're always freestyling.
I don't know how you knew that. Oh shit! Yeah, that is true. That is true. We had a video of it, but I don't know where it is anymore. I wish I had it, but yeah, that was good times, I guess.
Your father is a great guy. Shout out to him. He's actually your manager. And,
Hmm.
it was interesting just learning about the history, the relationship between you and your father, because you didn't want to tell your father that you were into the music because you thought he was going to tell you, oh, go into the gym, do some push-ups, or perhaps maybe you think that he doesn't think you have it in music. So what was it that made him a believer and once he heard your music and wanted to become your manager?
Um, what made him believe in it was basically I had a few songs that I recorded, that he didn't know about that I recorded, and I sent it to him whenever I told him, and he was like, "Let me hear what you got." So I sent him a few songs I had, and my lyrics kind of like got him on the train. And I had made a song for my brother who was in jail. Well, he's not my actual brother, but he's my cousin. But his dad died before I was born, so since I was born, he been living with me. So I call him my brother. He's my brother. And I had wrote a song for him because that was like my best friend. I wrote a song. He went to jail. He's still in jail now. And, I just wrote a song about him and our relationship and our past and me missing him. And it kind of touched his heart. And he was just like, all right, if we're gonna do it, then we gotta go full steam ahead. And at first my dad was managing me, but it wasn't kind of like 100%. And then he was just like, what, fuck it, like ain't nobody, because it's a lot of shady stuff that goes on in the industry and a lot of shiesty stuff that can happen to you.
Yeah.
And he was just like, bro, like I'm gonna have your best interest at heart, because my dad's always been my best friend since basketball, whatever. He's always been that person that's gonna be honest with me, be real with me, take up for me, have my back. So it's made perfect sense, and we just been learning the game as we went, and it's been moving on up. That's all.
He put you onto the game of hip hop, introduced you to Tupac when you were younger.
Exactly.
Kanye West was a major influence as well. College Dropout.
Yep, that's my favorite. It's one of my favorite albums. College Dropout. Tupac, favorite artist overall. So, and that's all thanks to my dad. On road trips, that's all he played in the car, and that's all I listened to. And
Family business.
yeah, fam- this nigga know everything. That's my favorite song off the album, bro. That's crazy.
Oh man, but with your father, because he was also your trainer, but you were playing basketball throughout your time in high school. You got D1 offers in college, and you just weren't the type that you didn't like being in school. So you knew from a certain standpoint that it wasn't for you. Who were some of the D1 offers that you were getting from these colleges?
I had some like Murray State, Belmont. I went from Rice in Houston. Um, what Temple, I want to say it was Temple. I think that's D1. That was about it. It was like lower, small division. I mean, it was D1, but it was like small school. Yeah, it was cool though.
Was there ever a point, because the music journey is a grind, especially that's what Memphis taught you, is that you got to go out and get everything for yourself. You're your own grind when you're in Memphis. Nothing's handed to you. Was there ever a point when you were going through the struggles early on, once finally getting the deal with Warner and getting yourself established, and you were thinking to yourself, man, maybe I should have took one of those D1 offers?
No, never.
You were so adamant about not being in school.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I was just talking to my people yesterday, like, cause it's like when I was a senior in high school, or even like throughout high school, like from like sophomore year to being a senior, I knew in my heart that I was gonna be famous and successful at something. I didn't know, I knew it, but I knew it wasn't gonna be basketball, and I knew I wasn't gonna be going to college. I knew it. It was in my heart. I didn't know what it was gonna be though. I didn't know what rap music wasn't even in my brain yet. I mean, music was in my brain, but to pursue music wasn't in my brain. So, but I knew I was gonna be famous. I mean, successful and stuff. So when by the time I got into my senior year, I had fell out of love with basketball like completely. Like I used to like just not like going to practice, but like playing the games. But it got to a point where I didn't even like playing the games anymore. Like it was just not of my interest. And when I graduated, and I said music, everything just felt like new again. Like, it felt like the first day I picked up a basketball, it was like home for me. So man, throughout my whole journey, I knew I was gonna make it in music. One, because I knew my dad wasn't gonna let me fail. And two, it was just like this was my passion, bro. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my divine timing right here. So I knew I was gonna make it in music. I didn't know how long. I didn't expect for it to be this quick, but I knew it was gonna bubble for sure.
And it's you're getting there for sure, man. I think it's really starting to take off here, and I can't wait to really see it escalate. But just going through your journey, because you really found your footing when your sister, because you went to the studio with your sister and you helped her write some lines for her songs, and she eventually, like a week or two later, she bought you some studio time. She left you alone in the studio, and you came up with the song "Lonely" because that was your first song.
Yeah, yeah.
11,000 streams.
That is true. And that song is nowhere to be found, so don't go search for it because I took it off everything. My voice wasn't what it is now. But that is true. That is true. My sister is really the reason I'm in this journey of music. And I can't thanks to her, she gave me the confidence to go do it. She was the one I always freestyle with, when I was in the car, or I always just like, try to sing with, because she sings. So she was the one that, gave me that confidence and, forced my will with it. And here I am. So all thanks to her for sure.
With a full 360 moment here, how does she feel about the growth now in which you're making your own moves and signing with
Mhm.
Warner? How does she feel about it?
I mean, from what I know, she's super happy for me.
That's
And,
great.
the only thing I try to do back is just show love and, continue to do what I did before I was making music, help her if she need me, you know what I'm saying? And just be there. So, but I'm pretty sure she's proud of me. Like my sister is like my rock. So for sure.
You're one of the artists out here that I enjoy the conversation we're having already, but just learning about is that you were really on your grind with passing out CDs, because eventually you were handing out CDs to all these people in high school, and just performing for other pep rallies, and your own school didn't accept you, to the point where now that you're making it, your peers that were in high school with are now reaching out. But there was this kid who was your friend named Caleb, and that was your connection to Post Malone, and you
Mhm.
handed him the CD. And then I heard this story about you being at some girl's house, and he came through looking for her sister or something. And then all of a sudden, the girl that he was looking for in the house that you were at gave the music to Caleb, your music, and it got to Post Malone.
Mhm. Yeah, you got spot on. I was out. I was out. It was 2016. I want to no 2017. 20, I think it was 2017, maybe. Oh, maybe 2018. It was one of those years. I forgot the exact year, but Post Malone had came to Memphis for Memphis in May, and I'm like, that's the perfect time to pass out flyers, music, people. So I'm passing out my CDs, and uh, I run into Caleb, and I give him one. And actually, I'm sorry, that's not what happened. I was at my homegirl's house, and I was in there with my man who was just freestyling for a long time. And Caleb walked in and he was looking for her friend. And I was just like, hey, bro, you want to rap with us? Like joking. He was like, nah, nah, nah. So the next day was when the show happened. And then I was passing out CDs and I saw him down there.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah. And I just spoke to him because I seen him the day before. And then a couple days later, the girl I was messing with at the time, she was like, you should give him your music because that's Post Malone's best friend. And she knew Post Malone was my favorite artist. And so then I'm like, I wasn't gonna do it because I'm like, everybody probably does that, because it was known that Post Malone messes with him because they post pictures and everything. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Everybody probably do that. So she took it upon herself to do it herself. And it was like a week or two maybe before he hit me back and was like, bro, I really like this music. He hit me, and then we just like built a relationship over the course of years. And one day he like called me like excited and was like, bro, Post really likes one of your songs. And it was By My Side, By My Side song. He was like, Post really likes it. And he Post wanted me to come to a show he had in Atlanta. So me and my brother like hopped in the car, drove up there, went to the show. I met Post. His security guard gave me like hell to get backstage. He was like not trying to let me in. And Post like came and like stopped him and was like, bro, like he good anywhere I'm at. And then shit, long story short, a couple months went by. He invited me to the rest of the tour. But this is before I was like making name for myself. I had like probably like 10,000 followers. And he was just like, bro, I want you to come on tour with me and just like get the lifestyle of it and just see, what you're going to be doing in the future. And it was history from there.
Yeah. Now, I think he broke the news to you when he invited you out to his Airbnb in LA.
Yeah. Yeah. We went and he had like 4 shows in LA and he just told me to stay with him. Like I had an Airbnb, but he was like, just stay at my crib. I got a guest room. And I stayed there and shoot. I mean, I got kicked out the next day by his manager because his manager didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
His manager didn't know what was going on, so he like kicked me out, thinking that I was just like crashing. But it was cool. It was cool while it lasted.
No, but Post Malone, a top influence for you, and Polo G, someone that you want to work with as well. Justin Bieber, I heard, was another influence of yours. Why Justin Bieber out of all the artists out there?
Um, so Post Malone and Justin Bieber are my favorite artists. Justin Bieber, I don't know. It's just like I don't know why. He just make good music. I love his voice. I don't know. It's just because I want to be able to sing. Like, I can sing a little bit, but the way I'm anti-school. I don't know. I think that's why me and Gary Vee are so cool because like I'm anti-school. Like I teach myself how to do everything. I tell myself how to record myself, how to make beats, how to sing. I just taught myself how to sing. I taught myself how to play guitar, everything. So it's like when I listen to him, I caught myself just like singing all of his music, and it taught me how to sing. So I don't know. He just became a super big influence into my. I love the way he structured his song. I love his writing pattern. I love all of that. So that's why I like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, he's
I
a
feel like
major
he
influence.
that swag with because you can get some like pop music that sounds a little too poppy and you gonna be like it's kind of like Disney Channel, but he's able to keep that swag within it and makes it feel right. So.
But you're out there, you're grinding with your father. The first 2 years when you really started to hit the road here and getting your music out there, you were having trouble with the radios and the DJs because you were sending it to them and just there weren't any traction. There wasn't any traction there, especially with the promoters. Did you feel as though at the time that it may have been a Memphis thing because Memphis has a rich history of hip hop and it's been successful? You have successful artists that have come out of there. But do you think it was a Memphis issue at the time, or do you think it was just they weren't feeling the music because eventually it picked up because you were just spamming them to the point where, like you've said before, it's like you hear that one song on the radio all the time, you're gonna eventually start singing it.
Nah, what we said was I spamming the DJs.
Oh no, no. If my question was, do you think it was a Memphis thing at the time, where just what was it that you feel as though that they just weren't picking up the music and playing it?
Oh, it was because it was different. It was new. It was a different sound coming out of the city, and I respect it. I didn't take it in no personal way. I knew that one day my truth would be the wave, and that's what's happening now. And I respect it. It's hard for a person to see something very new and just hop on it. You have to be a special type of person to see something see something that's special and just hop on it. So I don't blame him. It took for the Gary Vees, the Post Malones, these people to co-sign or like to say they mess with it for other people. But that's life. And that happens. And we're here now. The radios in my city are playing my music, and I'm grateful, and I love it. And we're gonna keep going up, and we're gonna keep showing support. Because that's what it's all about. I never ever intended for me to come into this music industry and think something was gonna be handed to me and it was gonna be easy. So I love it. It probably was a Memphis thing. It probably wasn't. I don't know what it was. I do know. I think it was just because it was new and it was a new sound, a new type of music, and also, I'm very spiritual, so I believe that it wasn't the right time as well. I wasn't making the best music I could have been making or the music people really like. So that's what it is.
It was all on God's time. Now, when you were watching, I'm gonna assume that you did watch the Genius documentary. Did you watch it?
Oh, I watched like the first, I watched like the first, I watched like the first, it was like parts, right?
Yeah, it was like there's 3 parts to it. So you watched the
Yeah.
first part.
I watched the first part. I didn't finish it. No, I didn't finish it.
Did you
But,
notice any resemblance in between you and Kanye early on because he really went through it?
yeah, and it gave me so much. Like I need to finish it because watching that really gave me a lot of like confidence, or this just gave me a boost that I needed because it's a lot of the same people. Well, not gonna say a lot, but like some of the same people that was taking a chance with him, they're taking a chance with me now in 2020. Like I don't know if you saw like the guy G Roberson
Hmm.
that was in there, like his manager or whatever. That's the same guy that got me to sign with. That's the same guy that got me to sign with Warner. That's like had my back. So it was like it gave me a lot of confidence. I seen like like you said, certain people didn't want to listen to his music because it was different. Same thing happened. Yeah, it gave me a lot of like confidence on my path to where I'm headed. And yeah, so I need to finish it because watching that first part, I swear it motivated me a lot.
Speaking of
So,
documentaries, I think you're working on your own too.
mhm.
It's all making sense in due time in here. Walk me through how you eventually signing here to Warner because we know about the struggle and how difficult it was for you to finally get radio play and make it. So walk me through signing with Warner.
I dropped Feel Good, and then every label hit me, every
Yeah,
single label.
TikTok was going crazy too.
hmm So when I was going through all the labels and I met Warner, and I told you like G Roberson, I didn't know where I was gonna go. I was trying to just figure it out. I wanted to find a home, and G Roberson had hit us, and he was like, "I want to fly to Memphis right now and meet y'all." So he flew to Memphis, bro, and he stayed in the studio with us all day, just listening to music. And he was blown away, and we just was able to get a connection. And bro, like I don't know, it felt like home. It felt like I was gonna have a mentor with this shit. And I was like, yeah, Warner's the place. And I met with Aaron. I met with some of the head people at the label, and it was just like they saw my vision. You know what I'm saying? They knew I wasn't there yet, which I love honesty, and they knew that, but they see my vision, and they knew that I was one of them I'm one of those artists that's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, like one of them special ones. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like that's what I've been wanting. I my whole time I've been wanting that. I've been wanting somebody who see my vision because my vision is way bigger than right now. My shit is building a legacy for ever. You know what I'm saying? For my kids, and they see that. So that's fit, and I feel like that was the right fit for me.
You have a close relationship with Penny Hardaway, as people may know here, but you've known him since you were young because you were playing basketball against his team when you were younger. But
Played
you and
for
your
his
yeah,
I played for his team. In sixth grade, it was my first time playing for another team other than my dad's team. And Penny was the first team I played for in sixth grade. So that was yeah. The relationship go way back.
yeah, and he's eventually been very supportive of you because it's become so close where you call him uncle, he calls you nephew. He helped you out
Mhm.
with the March Madness performance too.
Yeah. And that was big because a lot of people didn't want me to do it. A lot of people that was on his team, they didn't want me to be. They didn't want me. They felt like I wasn't ready. And he stuck with his guns and was like, "This is my nephew. He's gonna do it." And he came through with it. So that was big for me.
What was his reaction if you did have a talk with him once you did sign with Warner? Because it's now you're here and you're really proven.
I haven't really talked to him since I signed. I haven't had a chance. I moved out of town, and he's been busy with the basketball stuff. So maybe when I go back home, I'll chop it up with him whenever he has time. But he's been super busy with like trying to get the Tigers right. And I know he's proud of me. And I know he sees. And you don't have to. I'm the type of person you don't have to always hit me up for me to feel like you fuck with me or you love me. I know it's love. So whenever we get around to it, we'll have to talk and I'll see what's up.
Yeah, he's always saw something in you in basketball as well, and it just gave you that knowledge early on, and just be yourself and just keep going.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mike Boyd was someone. How did you meet Mike Boyd? Was it through social media?
It was through a mutual friend.
It was through a mutual friend.
Mutual friend that introduced us, and we just been going crazy from there.
Yeah, open
Mike
up the
Boyd,
doors.
Mike Boyd is my dog. That's the funniest man I know, probably. He's so funny. But nah, I love Mike Boyd, bro. He's a great man. Great man.
Got you that Zaytoven connection too.
Mike's did a lot for me that people don't understand. He's done a lot for me. Zaytoven was a small, well, it's a big thing, but it's like this is one of the many things he's done, So
how does Zaytoven feel about your sound? Because I know when you were wanting to meet him and work with him, you wanted to bring your sound to what he does.
I mean, he loved the song. He was vibing with the music. Yeah, I haven't really talked to him much after we did the studio session, but from what was said in the studio, it was all love. So.
Yeah, big basketball guy. You made the Ja Morant record. I know people have asked you this before. Has he heard the record? Any update on that yet?
Nah, I don't know. I took the record down actually, and I really don't know. I never even met him. Never talked to him before. Hopefully, I will one day. He's that's probably one of my top players in the league right now. He's going crazy for the city.
Yeah, he's a one-man show.
Yeah, exactly.
He really is. But you got some writing credits on there too, because I did do my research. You wrote for Meek Mill on "Expensive Pain."
Exactly. Yeah, the song I wrote was actually the only song I think on that album, or maybe it wasn't, but it went like top 5 on the Apple Music charts. So it was cool. We'll see.
Major writing credits. Is that something that you would possibly just take in further here as being a ghostwriter? I wouldn't even call it a ghostwriter, but a songwriter. Is that something that you would interest you further down the line, taking that position?
And I've written for a lot of other artists. Songs just haven't been released yet, and they will be, and you'll see my name in those credits. And I like doing that type of stuff. I got a gift at it, so why not? I wrote for a lot of other big artists too, so we'll see. You'll hear about those in the near future.
Will there come a time when those songs that you write and if they become hits, will you ever just regret it and be like, man, that could have been a hit for myself, or you're just good with it, just writing the song and letting it become what it is?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm super introverted, and I'd rather be the person who make the money instead of getting all the. I like going out with my friends to the movies and out to eat, and not it's cool. I love it when my people who support me come to me and be like, oh, I'll take a picture, da da. But I just like the fact of being comfortable with just going out with my people and doing whatever we want and not having to like hide or have a whole lot of security. I like that feeling, and I feel like one day we'll get to a point where I won't have that luxury, but it is what it is. It's what I chose to do, and I'm grateful for every single person that listens to me and relates to me.
Yeah. "Spare Me the Pain." That was a deep song that you wrote, and it was inspired by the Joker because that's your favorite movie, and you feel as though that you were reflecting on just how he felt as an outcast.
Yeah, yeah. I just that movie. I love it so much. It's like it really opens up the eyes of It's just like, bro, like you should really treat everybody with respect and just treat everybody good, because like you never know who, what, and when, or when they will be on top. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like when they're on top, you're gonna want help, and you're gonna wish that you weren't a bad person to that person, because at that point it'll be too late. At that when a person is fed up and they and they at their breaking point, it's too late to say, "Oh, my bad, bro. I should have been nice." No, it's too late. And that movie kind of, that's where it struck me at. And I feel that same way because I had people who treated me like shit before I became Fresco Trey, or just looked over me before I became Fresco Trey. And I feel the same way he felt. But only thing about it, me different, is that I, when I went through that phase of being an outcast and being fucked over, I took that time to become in love with myself and in love with the process and in love with the grind. So now that the tables have turned, I don't have it. I don't have any revenge in my heart. I don't have any get back in my heart. I just have love in my heart because, like I said, I'm spiritual and I study that. So like, that's the only difference between me and the Joker, is that I don't want to go and kill people and make the whole world who feel my way go kill. I wanna share what I went through, but I also want people to know it's okay to love. That's why I always say, if we show more love than we do hate, the world will be great. Because I really believe it. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I don't know. That's just, I love that movie so much because bro, it just shows the truth, bro. It's the hidden truth of what actually goes on, and people don't realize it. They're just assholes for no reason. Can't tell you why they assholes. They just do it because whatever. But
Yeah. Especially in the age of social media, but there will be no Moray moments from Fresco Trey.
remember what?
No Moray moments.
Oh yeah. Yeah. None of those. None of those.
You think Joaquin Phoenix had a better performance than Heath Ledger, the
Yes.
Joker? Really? That's a hot take.
Yes. I love Joaquin Phoenix and I watched all the Jokers. You know, I watched them all. I don't know. He gave me chills. He gave me chills, and I still go back and watch Heath Ledger. I still go back and watch it because I just like the Joker as much. And he played really good. Now that we think about it, he played it really, really, really well. But I just think my boy Phoenix, he did something for me.
Yeah, no, I can understand that, especially with the record, and you just doing great things out here. But it's going to continue with what you're doing out here with your music. But how's it working with Vory?
Vory?
Yeah.
Oh, Vory. I mean, I didn't actually get in the studio with him, but me and him talk often, or we, what I'm saying, we communicate, and very super cool, super humble person. He just wants to see everybody win, and that's, I can respect that because I'm the same way. So big ups to him. He got a project coming out soon. It's gonna be crazy. I'm on it, so it'll be fire.
You've even mentioned before, just in music in general, that it's always the same topics, but you have to bring the fresh and what's new to those topics once you're making new songs. What's a topic you feel as though that you've brought to the genre of hip hop and just music? Could you consider yourself as an artist? But what's a topic you think you bring in your music that's never been expressed before, or not expressed as often?
I wouldn't even say I bring a new one, because music is a revolving door.
Mhm.
Everything that's been talked about has been talked about. Everything that's been done has been done. It's just like you said. It's only thing I can say is that I feel like I'm one of the more open ones about what I go through. Sometimes, a lot of people try to like, they talk about it, but they go around it. They use metaphors. I actually just say what it is, and not saying I'm the only one that does it. I'm one of the ones who do it, who does it. And I think that's what does it for me. It's just that I don't, like, if I got cheated on, I'm gonna say, yeah, you cheated on me, bitch, and now I'm sad, because it's true. I'm sad about it. A lot of people will say, oh, you fucked me over, now I'm heartless. True too, but you're still sad about that, before you become heartless. And that's my take on it. It's everything. I actually took a writing class, and that's one thing I learned, and I think it stuck with me. It's just music is a revolving door. You just gotta put your new door handles on it and make it a little different. So.
And you got that for sure. But your fan base, because your manager was telling me that you have a huge college following.
College.
Yeah, college fan base.
Yeah. The college crowd, they rock with me. I rock with them.
Yeah.
I didn't know at first, and I did a show in Austin, Texas, at a frat, and it was crazy. Like I mean, I thought I knew they were gonna. I knew some people was gonna know my music, but it was like everybody there knew my music. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. So it was wild.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've even had a fan, and it was touching just hearing about it and just telling him that you helped them, and he actually came up to you crying because you helped him.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
Yeah, your fans, they're dedicated and loyal. They're growing. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, my success has been slow and steady, which I love. And my fans are just so freaking crazy about me, which I love. And I hate to say fans because it's like it makes me feel like I'm above them. And you know, I call them my best friends because it's like that's what I feel like. I feel like anybody who loves my music, they relate to me in a way. So if you relate to me in a way, then we got the same type of story, and that makes us besties. You know, so um, I just love the fact that you know they're so crazy about me. Like I don't have the most fan or the most like people supporting me or the most followers or whatnot, but the ones that do, they're crazy about me. You know, and they wanna support. They wanna buy merch. They wanna come to the shows. They wanna scream Fresco wherever they go, and I love it. You know, I love it for real, for real. And I try to any person I come in contact with that likes my music, I try to give them the time that they deserve when talking to me because you never know, bro. You know, like I'm no god. I'm no, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't stand above a pedestal above you. We're the same. So I just like I want people to understand that you know I'm a person. I'm human.
Yeah.
They get from
Fun facts is that you like to roller skate. Maybe if there's an ATL part two, they can put you in it.
fact. Well, right. Oh, wait, you said in the song facts I said that?
No, no, no. I was just saying because I did my research on you. I know you like to roller skate, but if they do an ATL movie part two, a sequel to that, they got to put you in that since your interest is roller skating.
Yeah, roller skating. I love doing that. I was supposed to go last night, but I didn't go. I was tired, but I love roller skating. That's my
Yeah.
shit.
How's
I
the
drive I
driving?
drive an hour just to go do it. Huh?
How's the driving going? I heard that apparently when you were younger, you crashed two cars within 2 weeks.
It was like a month now. It wasn't
It
2 weeks.
wasn't
It
a
was like
month.
the first one I didn't do. The first one I got hit from the back. And the second time, yeah, that was me. The second one, that was me. And that was my dad. Like he had just got that new car too, and I had drove it right up the street. And yeah, that was bad. I could have. I ain't gonna lie. That was like a dangerous wreck for me too. I could have like been fucked off.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm blessed.
Thank God you weren't. What are some words that have resonated with you besides keep going? Because we hear those words all the time. What have been the words that someone has said to you? Could be from your father, can be from an artist in the game, just anyone that you've spoken to that have resonated with you to this day and just makes sense when it's full 360 and moving forward with your career and where you're at
Two
now.
two things. Somebody told me don't worry about numbers. Just put out shit, and that stuck with me. And the second thing was when you on your journey of trying to gain fans with this shit, cater to the people that already love you, and more people are gonna come because they're gonna see they love you, they're gonna see their support, and they're gonna come. Don't 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 go about your career trying to impress everybody else and get them to love you. Focus on the people that already love you and cater to them and make sure they're good because they're the ones who supporting you. They buying your shit. Everybody else, they ain't doing it. The people who are supporting, make sure they feel welcome and loved, and then they're gonna be spreading it, and everybody else is gonna come eventually. But if you're not showing love to people who supporting you, then you neglecting them for people who may support you, may not support you. They may support you 50%, but it's people who die hard, man. Like you gotta cater to them, bro. And then everybody else is gonna see that. They're gonna see how good they're rocking with you. Then everybody gonna come along. And it's just and that stuck out with me for sure, for sure.
How's the tour with Mike Stud?
All right, love Mike. Love Mike. It was fire. He goes crazy.
We're coming in here to the closing, man. Anything else that we didn't talk about in this interview that you want to mention to your fans, upcoming performances, upcoming work? I know we live in the age of, you got to get the music out there as quick as possible, keep going, releasing stuff. Heartbreak Diaries too. We should digest this for a while, but what's on the way from you?
I got a single about to drop in about a week or two. Got some fire on drop. And aside from that, man, I just want to say to everybody who watches this, who sees this later on in life or whatever, just to put your front foot forward and go at whatever you do. And I know it's cliche, everybody say that, but I really want people to understand that you have to believe in yourself because once you do, everybody else is gonna be forced to. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for people to tell you not to do this, not to do that. It's easy for that. But once if you believe in yourself, they have no choice but to either stand behind you and believe you or get out the way. And if they get out the way, then they weren't meant to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people to know, just keep chasing, keep going, keep persevering, keep weathering the storm, whatever the storm may be. And I know, you know, my problems aren't the biggest, but whatever you're going through, just it gets better. You know, life is up and down. You know, you just got to stay grounded, stay focused, stay confident, stay calm, and stay ready. Because you never know when that time is going to be there. And like I said earlier, if you show more love than you do hate, the world for sure going to be great. Definitely.
That's right. Like Tupac, through every dark night, there's a brighter day.
Exactly.
You already know. So, Fresco Trey, I want to thank you for coming on the show here tonight, man. I enjoyed speaking with you and just learning about your history and, you know, listening to Heartbreak Diaries too and just learning about your entire journey. Keep it going. Big things are on the way here. It's only the beginning, and we're already seeing the work that you're putting in. Big things are on the way from you. They can follow you on Instagram and Twitter at Fresco Trey. And yeah, man, thanks again for coming on the show. Shout out to Coach Sam for setting this up. And anytime you need any promo, man, anytime you want to come back on the show, you're always going to have a spot here.
For sure, bro. I appreciate that. Much love. I respect that. And shit, whenever, bro, I'm down. I appreciate you taking time to interview me. That means the world to me.
I appreciate it, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care, stay safe, and go make those hits later when you get to that studio session.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Much love.
Much love, man. Peace out.
All right.